Hey fam, welcome back again to another video you were not expecting. I mean, were you expecting it? You're not expecting it, right? So fam, today as usual as always, I am here to bust your bubble again. I am here to share another money talking video with you. And yeah, and that's because, like I said, this video is not just about at the year to get the visa and everything. Sometimes you have to know your budget, and you all know I am a lover of people that actually plan before they actually make a move. At least for you to have an idea, what are you looking at, what's the plan, what's the distance and everything. So from today's video, I'm talking about how much the total money in which you'll be spending for your Austria, whether you're going on a study visa, whether you're going on a work permit. So I currently have two videos, not like two videos, I have other videos, but then we are talking about students, and then tourists too can use this tourists too can actually make use of this, what's it called, this budget, right? So I currently have two videos on my YouTube channel. I talked about study visa step 1. I labeled it in that video. I mentioned that there's always a confusion, so make sure you watch that one and everything. Then I talked about job seeker visa. That one, you just collect the visa from Nigeria or your home country, you go to Austria to go and look for job. But then I gave you some things, but that one is like points. Though I have some of my Japan nation here that has been reaching out to me that okay, they calculated their points, they had 80 points. The cutoff was 55, right? The cutoff is actually 55 points. So I asked one of my friends, I said she had 80, I think another one had 90 or 95. So make sure to go and check it out. So she actually asked me for proof of fund, that how much she be needing, should be going with her daughter. And I have another person that actually asked me about the study visa. I was like, instead of answering people one by one, let me come and make the video. You people know that I take you people serious to my heart. If you ask me any question like this, I used to swung into action. So if you are just coming about this video, I just seen it after UK, Canada, Australia, USA, the next destination for study now is Austria. Austria is the real deal. That is actually that's the hot cake now. That's where people are shifting to. So I've made several videos why people are shifting to Austria. Though the language barrier can be there, but then because the tuition is kind of very cheap, very affordable. But most times, most of these language countries, even if they offer low to low tuition fee, sometimes it's the proof of funds, the one that's supposed to be in your accounts that is to do gay. So that's everything we're going to be talking about. But then if you are paying less for your tuition, but then you have to pay more for proof of fund, and then in other countries be like UK, US, Canada, and then you pay for tuition, you still have proof of fund, which is still better for you? This one, of course. So I always encourage, this not to discourage you not to go to other preference, but if you're on a budget, if you know that the money you have is not enough, it's better to go to this language country, so that you know that the amount you have, you just use to do your normal proof of fund, instead of looking for proof of fund and still be looking for how you actually going to pay your accommodation. Sorry, tuition fee. So for today's video, I'm talking about the total amount of money you need to jackpot from anywhere, whether you're in Nigeria, whether you're in Ghana, whether you're in this, whether you're this one. So guys, I just thought I did work. So guys, let's actually dive right into it. So though the thumbnail I'll put in euros and naira, but then I'll be saying in euros, right? Because we all know, especially in Nigeria, we all know the conversion rate, the black market, how things are going up and down. So just in case you're seeing this video like 1 month after or something, because I've done a similar video like that, and then somebody is asking me that shebi they check the website, it's not like this. I don't like to be explained. You should be as if somebody is lying. So I'm just going to say it in euros. So any day that you're watching it, just go to your bank conversion or go to your black market or this thing, convert the naira to the euros. So that one, no discrepancy. And then this one is the latest fee. We all know that because of this whole thing, every country, Canada, US, everybody, even UK, they increase their visa fee, right? I hope you guys are aware. So this one is the latest as at when I am making this video. And if you feel like maybe they change it again, most times even when they will change it, if they will add more, you know, they pass like 100 euros more anything. Anyways, let's dive right into it. I've talked about this extent and you've not subscribed. What are you waiting for? You don't like me. If you know you like me, subscribe. If you know you don't like me, don't subscribe. I'm not gonna beg anybody. Duh. Anyways, let's get right to it. So the first one on our list is, when you think of study visa or anything, is your application fee. So like I've made a video. For now, it's only UK that I know that they do not charge for application fee. USA charge, Canada charge, but then we have some schools in Canada and some schools in USA that does not charge. Anyways, the video is upcoming, but most of the year you're going to Austria. So Austria actually charge for application fee, but I think 1 or 2 university does not charge. I am not sure, but I think all of them charge. So this application fee, the lowest that you can pay is 50 euros. So you can pay as high as 100 euros, 150 euros, 200 euros. But I feel like 200 euros is the maximum that you can pay, right? Yeah, that's the maximum. So, but the minimum is 50 euros. So if you're looking to study in Austria, just add 50 euros or just put 50 to 200 euros, depending on this. I don't know if anyone is cheaper, but that's just the minimum that I've seen. If you know you've seen any other one that is cheaper than 50 euros, please make sure to give it put it in the comment section so that other people can see. So the next one on our list is tuition fee deposit. Somehow, because the tuition fee for Austria is not expensive, so somehow they might not really expect you to pay tuition fee, but somehow they ask for tuition fee. Some people, they ask them, whereas some they do not ask them. For example, some schools now, their tuition fee is 250 euros, and then you'll be like, they deposit again. But some school will still be like, oh, you should pay 100 euros. You know that regardless of the country, right, when you're actually doing your study visa, you pay for what's it called, your tuition deposit. It's just a way of you securing your space. We all know that every year they used to have the number of people they will allocate for your course. Maybe if you want to study mechanical engineering and just 10 people, they used to admit every year. So when you actually pay your tuition fee, admission letter alone is not a way of you getting your space. So when you pay, is a way of you like securing that truly you dey come just to move the door. So some schools can allow you to pay your full tuition, some people can allow you to pay just deposit, just for assurance that you are coming, or you are not running away, and some can allow you to just listen. But then, like the video I made, tuition fee in Austria ranges from 250 euros to 750 euros. So just put that range depending on your school, depending on your distance. That's just the highest so far is 750 euros. The ones that are more than 750 euros are those private schools. So like I told you, I made a video about step 1, how to step by step, how to apply and get admission to schools in Austria. I've made the videos just in case you have any confusion and everything. Go and watch the video. And then this is something I forgot. So the next one on my list is residence permit fee. You know, in other countries they call it student visa, student visa. But then in Austria, it is not called student visa. It's actually called a resident permit, and this resident permit is only valid for 6 months. So you take this resident permit in Nigeria or your home country, and then when you get to Austria, that's when you now extend it. Then you apply for your work permit and all of that. So they don't do student visa. Even when you're filling your visa form, you click residence permit. It's called residence permit. It is not called student visa. So this resident permit actually costs 120 euros. So this resident permit too, that's what, if you are going to Austria to go and work, that's what you actually pay for too, the residence permit. Wait, my head is not even putting right now, but like I told you, I have a video on my YouTube channel where I talked about the job seeker visa. Inside the job seeker visa, I told you how much is the visa fee and everything there. Just in case, because my head is, but I feel like the resident permit is the same, 6 months low year ahead. So the resident permit, it costs 120 euros for one person. And then if you have any children, any child that is actually less than 6 years old, the own resident permit is 75 euros. So that means if you're going on a student visa and then you want to take your family, this thing, so 120 euros is for adults, then 75 euros is for any child that is under 6 years old. So the next one is legalization of documents. For the step 1 I made, I think everybody has to legalize their documents. Whether you're going on a study visa, whether you're going on a work visa, you have to legalize your documents, because I think so. You have to legalize your document, even if you're going on a work visa, because you're using that document to get a job. I think so. You have to legalize it, but call the embassy and ask them. I don't know. I am not sure. So legalization of documents. There are two legalization you will do when you're doing admission to Austria. The first one, that's one I explained in my step 1. You can watch the video. This legalization is the second stage of legalization. Like after doing that first step where I talk about, that's when you now do this legalization. So this second stage of legalization is done only in the embassy. Only in the embassy. And this one actually costs 80 euros per document. What do I mean per document? Some people can pay, for example, if your transcript is 5 pages now, that's 80 times 5, Abby. No, it is not like that. One document, transcript 1, WAEC 1. The name of the document is just 1, so it is 80 euros per document. And like I explained in that step 1, anytime you're actually applying to study abroad, like in Austria, make sure to submit only the important documents, because if you feel like you have too many documents you want to submit, the more your documents, the more documents you have to pay to legalize, the more your money. So if you're applying for BSc, undergraduate, submit only your WAEC, so that you know that you're paying just 180 euros. So if you're applying for masters, submit only your WAEC and your BSc certificate and transcript, or your BSc transcript. Then I know that you are legalizing just 2 documents or just 3 documents, depending on what your school actually require. But some people, maybe because they've done HND before, they did computer training in one place, they did this one, they pack all the educational documents. You feel like you are trying to impress the school. At the end of the day, after impressing them, now you have to legalize your document. So the only thing, even if you have a lot of qualifications, just include it in your CV. You know you'll be drafting CV, right? I mentioned in that video. Just include it in your CV that you did computer, or you did HND, or you did this. Add it in your CV, but don't submit the physical. Even if they ask you for evidence, you can actually snap it to there or this thing. So the more your documents, the more you have to pay for legalization, and it's very expensive. So for legalization of documents, one document is what 80 euros. Mind you, if you don't do the first legalization I talked about in that step 1, you cannot do the second one. So that first one, go and watch the video. I mentioned the legalization and anticipation that you have to do. That is after doing it, and then after you carry all your admission letter and everything, that is when you now come and do this one. Though I have another video that is coming on step 2 on the other procedure. So legalization of document is 80 euros per document. So the next one is verification of documents. This one is very expensive. So verification of document is 200,000 naira per student, and then 80,000 naira for other family member. So what is the verification of document? Like I've explained, the the first one you do is authentication and legalization. I explained in that step 1 video. Then the next one is you do legalization. No, you're supposed to verify before you legalize. Sorry, don't mind the embassy this thing. So you first so after doing that document, now when you now take it to the embassy, right, they will now have to verify whether the first legalization and authentication you did where is original, and then of course they will verify your other document. So this 200k is for all your documents together, whether you are submitting 1 million document or whether you are submitting 500 documents. And this verification of document is included with your police character certificate, your which other this thing, all the documents you be submitting. They say they don't verify police character, they don't legalize police character, so there is no need for that. The only one you legalize is your educational document. But verification, all the documents you submitted, they'll verify it. And the way they actually verify it is, and that's why it's very expensive, because they actually have a lawyer in the embassy. That lawyer will be going to your school. Like if you submitted WAEC result, and then you did your WAEC in something Queen's College, they will call Queen's College and say, Queen's College, do you know this girl? Did she do this thing here? They will call WAEC too. Help us to confirm. You see, those one want this, and that's why I said please make sure you don't submit too many documents, because the more your document, the more it will take time for verification. Normally verification actually to take up to 3 months. Now waiting they make the visa, they take visa 3 months. So the more your document, the more it takes longer to verify. So make sure to submit only the important documents. So just submit your WAEC. You know, say they will call the WAEC, they will call your school, then your birth certificate. They will probably go to your local government, ask them if they born you here. Go to your local government, ask them if they give birth to you here. And marriage certificate, if you are going with your this thing, your marriage certificate, they will go to the court, they will go and ask, did people get married truly or this? And that is why you should not even try to submit fake document, because they will actually verify. So but in as much as this, make sure you don't submit unnecessary documents. Just go to Batini, submit birth certificate, submit marriage certificate is important, birth certificate is important, then origin of local government, all those ones, they are important documents. But don't go and bring all this primary school testimonial. Anything you submit, you know, some of us went to secondary school, like 4 different types of secondary school. They'll be going to each of that school to go and be verifying, and that's why your own visa can even take 1 year. So the shorter your document, the lesser the number of your documents, the faster it is for verification. But then make sure to submit important documents, because if you submitted, maybe because of what I said now, you now decide to submit 2 documents instead of 5. If your document is not complete, they will send you an email that you have to submit this and this and that, and then when you are bringing it again, you have to pay another money. Do you get me? Do you get that English? So make sure to submit the document written in the embassy website. I'm making a video on that. So now I'll come and tell you guys all the documents you actually need to submit. I'll come and make another video on that. And even when you get to the embassy, ask them, need 200k. So make sure you submit all your documents once, because if you will let me, that's 400k. But then in as much, submit only what is written there. And of course when you get to the embassy, you still ask them. So any document, submit it. Don't submit extra, because the more your document, the longer it will take for confirmation. So verification of documents per this thing is 200k. So if you are the main applicant, right? If you are the main applicant, probably you're going on a student visa. I am the main applicant. I'll pay 200k for my verification. But then if I'm going with maybe my son, my children, or my husband, then they'll pay what's it called? They'll pay 80,000 naira. They'll actually pay 80,000 naira, and that's because I'm actually the main applicants. That's why I say all the documents they are verifying, them they'll pay 80,000 naira. So them they will not have as much documents as I do. So if I'm going on a student visa, them they are just going as dependent. Them they'll just submit maybe their maybe birth certificate, in content fee link here, immediate. And again, this fee actually differs. We all know that there is no Austria embassy. Austria embassy in Nigeria serves Ghana, Cameroon, and so many African countries like that. So I'm attaching a screenshot now on the screen for those that are not Nigerians. So this price that I said is for Nigerians, right? It's for Nigerians. The ones I'll be attaching on the screen is for other countries that they will actually mention. You got me? But then legalization is same for everyone. So this one is always doing like what I don't know. So the next one is proof of fund. How much do you need? Which is what most of you have been waiting for. So what's the proof of fund? So if you're actually 24 years of age, your proof of fund is 569.11 euros. If you're per month, 569.11 euros per month. If you're less than 24 years old, and this proof of fund, this monthly, it includes your accommodation, your feeding, this is just your normal life ahead. That's how much you'll be spending per month. If you are less than 24, you pay 569.11 per month. Then if you are a student, or if you are not like student, if you are above 24 years old, then your proof of fund is your proof of fund is 1,000, 030, 0.49 per month if you are 24 and above. If you like, because of that, go and lie for your age. Don't back buy a mulasso. But then, is it only people that should not spend more now? It is all these people that is less than 24 that they are extravagant. And what I did that dancing, we already know how to spend. So why are they making us? That's not fair. No, that's not fair. You have to carry play card to the embassy. Justice, you can't protest. That's not fair. No, we see all those people that is less than 24, they still have youthful exuberance. We know how to spend money. It's not fair. Anyways, then if you're actually going, so that's for people that is less than 24 years and more than 24 years. That one aside. Then if you're actually going with a couple, like if I'm going with my husband now, the two of us, our proof of funds, not 1 two of us, is 1,625.71 per month. Two of us, so you know that two couples, right? Both of us were above 24. We are supposed to prove 1,030.49, so that's supposed to be like how much? 2,006 something. 2,000.6 something, right? 2,000. But since we are going as a couple, because they will feel like, okay, two of you were dependent, that what I eat is what we eat, when I sleep is when we sleep, you know those lovey-dovey things you get. So somewhere it's good to go with your partner. So if you are going as a couple, husband and wife, your proof of fund is 1,625.71 per month if you're going as a couple. So if you're having any child, whether 2-year-old, whether baby, whether 2 months, whether, as long as you're going with a child, so you will had 159 per month per child. So for a couple that is going together, right, I told you 1,625.71, that's their own destiny. Then if they are going with extra child, every extra child that they go with is 159 euros. So just imagine a couple actually has 2 children now. So the proof of fund will be 1,625.71 plus 159 plus 159. So 159 per additional child. Any child where you pay, it did not concern anybody as long as the child is less than 18. I'm sure you know by now that the child you can take along that is your dependent is children that is less than 18. But I don't know for extra, but generally I don't know, you can find that. I don't know, but the one that I know, your dependent is people, your children that is less than 18. So any child that is less than 18, the proof of fund is 1,159. So now somebody want to ask me, when I say 159, so how many months do you have to prove this this thing? How many months do you need? You need 12 months. You know, other countries like Ghana, like Canada, like UK, maybe like USA, you need just 10 months. This one, they require you to have 12 months proof of fund. So imagine somebody that is less than 24. How much proof of fund do you need? You need 569.11 times 12. Somebody that is above 24 years of age, how much proof of fund do you need? You need 1,030.49 times 12. You got me? Somebody that is going as a couple, you need 1,625.71 times 12. Then like that. So anything you calculate, just anything that is for you per month, multiply by 12. So your proof of fund has to be 12 months. Then somebody might want to ask, you know, for UK they have to say it has to be in your account for 28 days. For Kinikon, you can use anything as your proof of fund. The money can enter inside your account. It can be, maybe it used to enter your account, kele, anyone that you like. But then like I used to say, maybe you are the one that used to have 2,500 inside your account, and then this amount of money just enter your account. So where did you see it from? So you have to write a letter of explanation. So just for example, you're actually going as a student, and then your father actually wants to sponsor you. Usually you can actually use your father's bank statement, right? You can use your father's bank statement, but I used to advise it's good for the applicant to use their bank statement. In fact, that's the best, because they have to be sure that you leave the money in your account, that nothing will touch it, low that you are not lying. But then you can use your father's bank statement. To then, if you are using your father's bank statement, he has to write a letter of sponsor. I, Mr. something, I work with something, my salary is something, I am the sponsor of something. He has to write it and they have to stamp it. And then if you are using your dad or your mom as a sponsor, he has to go to the bank, sorry, to the court, to go and sue affidavit that I am your real father, I am your real this thing. So when they submit the affidavit, that is part of the documents they will also confirm that loto na this man born you. So it's always good to use immediate relative. But if you know that is your uncle that want to sponsor you, it's better he pays that money into your account. It should be in your account. Then you now write letter of explanation of your account. How did the money come about? You are not working. Then you say your uncle that is working in one big company, he decided to offer you this thing. You attach his work ID card. Is this thing just to show that he's legit, and your uncle took actually write letter. They don't have to confirm if he's your uncle or not. As long as the money is inside your account, that's what they need. But then you have to explain your point that this is how I came about the money. So if you're a wife and your husband wants to sponsor you, you do the same thing. Either your husband transfer the money inside your account, and that one he don't have a job. But then if you know that the money you transfer in your account is more than your monthly earning, just write a letter. To transfer by, or your husband will write a letter. I, Mr. Kiniko, or you write a letter to explain how the money enter your account. Just like if you are going and police arrest, where did you see this money inside your account? It's my husband that gave me now. It's my husband that gave me. Exactly. So you explain to them so that they will not hold you, because you cannot be having small amount of money, 100 euros, and then suddenly bank you just have like 10,000 euros. Where did you see the money? Ibolo TV. So you have to explain the fund. So they don't care whether you leave it for 28 days, whether you leave it for 1 year, whether you leave it for 1 month. All they want is that exact proof of fund for 12 months should be inside your account. They should be seeing it gadagba. So if you decide to leave it for 1 day, as long as you can prove it that this is how you get you got the what's it called, the money for. So you can actually do your proof of fund by your normal savings account, and then if you actually have somebody in Austria that actually wants to sponsor you, the person can either send the money to your account or they write a letter of declaration of guarantee. They call it letter of declaration of guarantee that gone are those days that if you have somebody in Austria or Germany that want to sponsor you, they will feel like this, but somebody can still prefer that person writes put the money in your account. I don't know. But then if is a how will you just write letter and say you want to sponsor somebody and you're not showing this? The person has to send their bank statement. Yeah, because logical reasoning, you cannot just be somewhere and just write letter and say you want to sponsor somebody. We are not seeing your bank statement. We don't even know what you do for a living. It's not possible. So that person that wants to sponsor you from Russia, he has to write from Austria, right? He has to write an account, a letter that is going to sponsor you. He has to send his bank statement, or you should send the money to your account, and then the relationship between both of you. That why do you want to sponsor this person? They have to explain the connection. Don't wait for the embassy to ask you that this is just logical reason. If you are the embassy, say somebody wants to go and somebody said they want to sponsor, won't you ask that? How did you people meet? You are in Nigeria, somebody is in Austria. How did you people join together? So you have to explain that relationship, you get. So another one is, then some of them might actually be going on scholarship. I don't know if there is really scholarship in Austria because their fee is actually cheap. But just in case you get scholarship, so you just collect letter from your school, scholarship to study. But most scholarship is just for tuition fee. I really doubt if there is scholarship for accommodation. But then you can still get though. So in case you get scholarship for accommodation, you just collect the letter, you submit it with it. And any letter you're getting from scholarship, even after getting it, make sure to type your own letter, because sometimes these embassy people, they don't know everything. Don't just assume that they're supposed to know. Don't assume. Explain yourself. Some people just submit documents. Maybe, for example, maybe they are used to normal people sending proof of fund. Then maybe you're the first person to get scholarship, or maybe another way around, or maybe you have to explain in a letter or this thing. Explain it to them. Don't expect them to just know to deny your visa. So you have to explain in a letter how this document and these documents link together. How this one in a professional English, you have to explain to them. So I hope you understand that. And then another thing that can actually influence your proof of fund is, normally they say your accommodation should not be more than 250 euros. You know, like I explained, different people with their different proof of fund, right? So with that proof of fund they are paying, for example, people that is less than 24 years old, that they have to pay 500 and something euros as proof of fund. So out of that 500 and something, the accommodation is 250. So if your accommodation is more than 250, so that means you have to prove more. So let's say, for example, the person's proof of fund that is 539 now, and then your accommodation is 270. You know that the normal one that embassy approve is 250. Your accommodation must not be more than 250. If it's more than, you have to prove the extra. Let me explain. So let's say, for example, a couple, because most times it might happen to a couple that wants to prove that their proof of fund is 1,000. Let me use students. A student that the proof of fund is 530, right? And then he or she got an accommodation that is 300. 250 that the embassy allow as the maximum for this thing that can enter that proof of fund is what? 250. But then you got an accommodation for 300. 300 minus 250 is what? 50 euros, I mean. So that means 50 euros times 12 is what? That's like 600 euros. Then you add that 600 euros again to your proof of fund. Did you understand that? So the normal standard proof of fund that I've just told you guys is the normal standard embassy one. That when you have this proof of fund though, from that your proof of fund though, your rent kò gbọ́dọ̀ kọjá 250 euros. It must not be more than 250 euros. So the higher your accommodation, the higher your proof of fund. So try to get an accommodation that is just less than 250 euros. That's what they're trying to say. So even if it is 10 euros more than 250 euros, you have to prove that 10 euros. You multiply that extra that is on top by 12, then add it to your proof of fund again. Do you guys understand me? So any accommodation you'll be getting, proof of accommodation is one of those things you'll be submitting with your visa. It's one of those things you'll be submitting with your visa application. So that one you can get your accommodation from your school, from an hotel, from any distance of your choice, right? So just make sure that your cost of accommodation is not more than 250 euros, because if it's more than, the higher your rent, the higher you have to add more to your proof of fund. So that's what is affecting. So if you're actually going on a on job seeker visa, right? If you're going on a job seeker visa, so make sure that the hotel you'll be staying is less than that. Then if you're going on a job seeker visa, somehow you actually tend to actually spend more, because if you not look for that job before you leave your country, I used to advise look for the job before going. Go and watch the video. If you are just going to spend that 6 months, so your proof of fund will be 6 months. Whatever I said, whether you are going as a couple, as a single, as less than this thing, will just be times 6 months. But then if your accommodation is more than 250, anything that is over, same way you multiply it by 6. Student own is 12 months, whereas if you're searching for a job, it's 6 months. But then if you actually get a job from inside your country that you did not travel, you not go and look for the job, like you just got a job for inside your distance, that you just get your work permit and start working, that means the only proof of fund you have to prove is just for 1 month, because after that 1 month you get your next salary. So whatever I say is just valid for just 1 month. So can you see that I've covered for students, I've covered for people that will go on job seeker visa 6 months, and I've also covered for people that will get job directly from their home country. Then if you're going on tourist visa as well, depending on how many months you actually be touring there, you actually multiply it. Then depending on how many, what's it called, the cost of this thing there, you shall multiply. I hope you guys understand. And then for tourists, I think you have to have extra money, because to buy the work battle. So anyways, next on my list is health insurance, which is very important. Every European country asks for either health or travel insurance. Health insurance is different, but health/travel insurance. So how much does it cost? It costs 30,000 euros. So the total amount is 30,000 euros. So this 30,000 euros is not the amount that you pay. That means whatever you are doing, it has to be, that's the value of the, what is it called, the value of the insurance you should do, up to 30,000 euros. So in NAIRA, so most times when you're paying for insurance, for example, if I want to insure this kitten now, if I bought it for 100 naira, if I'm to insure it, so that means I'll pay maybe like 1% of how much I paid. Then that's what I'll pay. That's what I'm going to insure it with, right? So when they say your insurance should be what's over what's at least 30,000 euros, that means like 1% of that 30,000 euros. 30,000 euros, either 1% or 5%. But in Naira, how much you are going to buy that insurance is 30,000 naira. So that's like 25. 30,000. I don't know how much is euro to this thing. So that's like 10%, right? Yeah, 300 euros. How much is 300? I don't even know the conversion. I shall know that the amount that they are selling the worth of 30,000 euro insurance is 30,000 naira, and it is less than 50 euros, right? It is less than 50. It should be like 50 euros. See, I do not know. All I know is any insurance that they tell you that the worth should be 30,000 euros, the amount you used to buy the insurance in Nigeria is 30,000 naira. That's what I know. I don't know. Don't confuse me. In 30,000 naira, if I had to convert it to dollars, so that's like $50. That's like $50 or 60 euros. So maybe it's like 20% of that money. So well, I'm not good in math. You should understand what I'm trying to say. So where can you buy this insurance? Sometimes when you get to the embassy, they will tell you where to buy it. Don't just go and buy insurance from anywhere, because if they don't know the company, they are not, if it's a company they are not familiar with. So most times they have popular insurance company, maybe like Alinco, maybe like Alias, I don't know, different embassies to have the one they used to use. So try hold the money. When you get there, ask them, I beg you, which insurance should I buy? When you get there, they will direct you. They know the one they used to buy, so that when they see the company, nobody will stress you that where did you see this one. So always buy the one that the embassy tell you to buy. Don't buy any other one. So far, I hope with this video of mine, I have been able to clear people's doubts and every other thing like that. And then somebody might want to ask, should this money be in your account? Yes, it has to be in your account. True. And though I know that it's not like blocked accounts that you'll be taking every month, but I think they have something similar. When you get to Austria, you might not be able to work immediately, so you might have to transfer this money to your Austria account before you are able to apply for your work permit. Might also, I don't know, I am not sure. I am not really sure about that, but you know, all these European countries, they have somehow similar this thing. So when you get to this, they might ask you to transfer the money to your Austria account. Then when it's there, that's when you'll not be able to apply for work permit. So somehow, so that you're not thinking maybe you just put one money there. Then I don't know, I've not confirmed it, but all these European countries, somehow they have similar trend. And I have not confirmed it though. You can confirm that one on your, you can even ask your school. Just confirm this from your school. Your school will actually know better, because they do it international. So it's your school that will actually help you and assist you in applying for your work permit, and you can confirm from there. So fam, that will bring us to the end of today's video. I hope I was able to clear somebody's doubts, and of course you actually learned from me. So I'll actually see you in my very next video, and that will be step 2, when I'll be talking about documents, list of documents that you actually need to apply for your visa in Australia Embassy. And then the next one will be how to fill the questionnaire for Australia Embassy. The next one will be how to fill the visa form Australia Embassy. And then last but not the least is how to submit your documents. And then the final one is au revoir to Australia. I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss you so much. I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss you so much. So guys, thanks so much for watching today's video, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye. Click the subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Bye.